Welcome back to Connecting Africa. Even though staples like maize have robust value chains across the African continent, globally loved commodities like cocoa are mostly exported as unrefined. And even though West Africa is the world's largest producer of cocoa, 75% of it is exported as raw beans to Asia and Europe, leaving the lion's share of the value addition to confectioners and retailers at the end of the chain. We head to Ghana to meet one chocolatier hoping to change that.
Welcome to Niche Cocoa, the largest indigenous cocoa processor in Ghana, with a plant capacity of 90,000 metric tons. From here, we export to Egypt and other African countries. We export to Europe and the Americas as well.
Niche Cocoa is one of the fastest growing local cocoa processors in the country. It has now expanded its production, which is largely export-driven, to include cocoa liquor, cocoa butter, cocoa cake, and the latest addition, chocolates.
We are talking about a $130 billion industry, in which Africa is only enjoying about 4% for the annual growth rate between 2020 and 2027. It's estimated that we'll be increasing that revenue by 4.6%. How is Africa going to enjoy that? Is by only producing finished products onto the world market. And that is the reason why Niche is preparing itself for that.
In November 2019, the African Development Bank, Credit Suisse, and the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China signed a $600 million loan agreement with the Ghana Cocoa Board to boost cocoa production.
What we're trying to do here is not just increase production, we're trying to increase productivity. And the loan was used to increase productivity because, one, you can increase the income of smallholder farmers, and most cocoa farmers are smallholder farmers. And instead of encroaching and extending the land into forest lands, we're talking about getting more production or productivity on the same piece of land so that they can get more income.
One of the challenges of increasing intra-Africa trade of chocolate is the lack of demand on the continent.
It will surprise you that I've gone to farms where cocoa farmers are producing our raw material and they've not even tasted chocolate before. Because truth be told, Africa is just consuming just about 1.6 kilograms per person. It's important that we increase that to the European market, which is consuming about 4 kilos per person.
It's the question of demand, it's the question of knowledge. When put in front of a cocoa produced in Cameroon or Cote d'Ivoire or Ghana versus one produced in Switzerland, we do need to continue and start branding more production on the continent, just to sort of showcase what is it that Africa produces to Africans, so that we can understand whether, if you wanted saffron, or if you wanted cane sugar, you didn't need to import it from out of the continent, because Madagascar produces these things, for example, but nobody knows. Or, cashews from Guinea-Bissau. I think we do need to begin to sort of inform our own citizens what it is that we produce on the continent. So there's a whole piece of work there on information.
Toda believes it's perhaps more strategic to invest in commodities with pre-existing regional markets.
There's $75 billion worth of food, including maize, including rice, including wheat, which is imported. And these are the commodities where Africa, using its factors of endowment, i.e. land and labor, can capitalize much more. So when we're looking at food market opportunities and intra-African trade, it's really the food that is consumed in the cities. It's the growing populations, the growing domestic regional markets that have a lot of business opportunity.
Ashile argues that by adding value to the cocoa value chain, many regional food markets will benefit.
We are creating other business avenues for other ingredients that we use in producing this chocolate. We are talking about the dairy market, we are talking about the sugar. Now, we are all importing a lot of sugar from Brazil. What stops other African countries from producing such sugars for us? South Africa currently is the leader of sugar production. They can increase it. Once there is an increased consumption of chocolate, it's also a big avenue for them as well. So it's imperative that we increase the production of chocolate, we increase the consumption of chocolate, and we can grow other industries with us. as we grow as well.
Niche Cocoa is one of the 7 companies operating inside the Free Zones enclave in Tema, about 25 kilometers east of the capital Accra. Ashile says one of the main benefits has been the tax-free equipment.
The installed capacity of the cocoa processing companies that we've licensed over the years is approximately 400,000 metric tons annually. Of course, there is room for improvement. We are yearning for a time when Ghana would be processing all of its cocoa beans domestically. And I believe it's just a matter of time.
How do we really claim back that value chain where Africans control every aspect of that value chain?
There should be more collaboration between research institutions and the business community. Last year, we licensed a very innovative product. Somebody is making money from utilization of the cocoa sweating, and they cannot even meet their export demand. So I think the future is bright, and we know we would license more innovative projects along the cocoa value chain.
Niche plans to extend its export products to include spreads and instant chocolate drinks by the end of 2021.
So currently, our finished product is just about 3% of what we are doing. But by the end of the year, we are hoping to increase that to 10% of our production capacity. And with the African Trade Agreement as well, with borders opening, with taxes being taken out, Niche would make sure that our chocolate and our cocoa variants are found in every part of Africa. That is our goal.